Sorry I wasn't there yesterday. I was in London, which is terrible. Nobody should be in London. I like visiting London and then leaving London. I went down to the Bad Moon Cafe in London to play at the Magic the Gathering Assassin's Creed launch event, and many people asked me, did you win? It's not about whether I did or didn't win. It's really about, did I have a good time? What actually happened was this. I wasn't there as a competitor in the tournament. I was there as a teacher, genuinely, of Magic the Gathering. My friend Danny, who does cosplays as one of the assassins, was playing some games, and she didn't know much about Magic, so I was teaching her. Met a couple of people, met Adam the Gathering, he's lovely. Met Emilition, she's lovely as well, both Magic the Gathering content creators. Also met the YouTube rapper, Rustage. He's lovely. He's like a really nice guy, genuinely. A friend of ours, a girl called Kelly, mutual friend of both of ours. She came down, he came down, we had a chat. Yeah, just really good stuff. That sounds like losing with extra steps. Yeah, a lot of British people. Basically, all the British nerds gathered in London for one day, and we all just kind of hung out together. Did Adam the Gathering invent gatherings? Amazingly, he did. He actually did. Hey, they're new here. Saw your Golden Sun video, and that was a blast from the past. It was, wasn't it? Have I played the second Golden Sun game since? I have not. I do not have that much free time. I was actually thinking about this recently, and we'll play Mass Effect. Don't worry, this is going to happen. But if you've not been to this stream before, we do tend to go off on tangents. If you're watching this on YouTube, I don't know if you saw this, but the Josh Strife Says channel, I think Visa, maybe on the Replays channel, Visa put out a 73-hour compilation video of all of the Morrowind stream. And this was how we learned that YouTube actually has a days counter on the timeline. So, you know, and it's like, if you go onto the Morrowind stream, it does say 3 days, 4 hours, and however many minutes and seconds. But yeah, we discovered that YouTube has a days counter. We didn't know that before. That took about a week to render. So, yeah. 74-hour Morrowind playthrough. And about 70 hours of that is just random tangents. It took a long time to render. Anyway, I was chatting to a few friends and a few work colleagues in general, and I have a lot of projects that I want to do, whether it's the MMO project on JoshStrifeHayes or the retro game project, even a potential card game channel with JoshStrifeTrades. We've got ideas and we've got stuff and things, and the Twitch streams now that we're doing, I am just running out of time to do the amount of things I want to do with. But part of me also wants to get back to theatre in general and acting, and I'll tell you why. And you can tell me if I'm being stupid with this, because this is a thing that has been bothering me for a few weeks now. This is a genuine question for you guys in the chat. You guys get this. You understand this. I have found an indescribable amount of success on YouTube and on Twitch. YouTube and Twitch was something that I was doing in the background while I was still trying to pursue a career in acting. I was living and working around London at the time. I would come home from rehearsals, I would play Neverwinter. I eventually decided to make videos for the game because I wanted a way to kind of chronicle and catalogue my adventures on them. It was never meant to be anything big. Then COVID shut everything down, and so I thought, well, I may as well carry on making these videos. They're doing pretty well. I made the first worst MMO ever, which did exceptionally well, and that launched a series, that launched a sequel, that launched a different channel, and we've found success, which is great. But these YouTube channels and Twitch streams were always things I was doing in my spare time for fun, and then they became a full-time job, and I'm incredibly happy to have this job. I'm very privileged. I'm incredibly lucky to be able to do what I do. But there are days when I don't feel artistically challenged to do what I do. And part of it is I could wake up, play a crap MMORPG, write a script in 2 or 3 days, put a video out, it would get views, and then I could just do it again. But at some point I have to sit down and go, what am I getting out of this beyond the financial incentive to keep doing that? There is a part of me that misses having to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get to a theatre rehearsal. There is a part of me that misses having to walk through a rainy forest to get to a film shoot that I've only got a small part in. There is a part of me that misses these fulfilling, satiating, artistic moments. And comfort is the enemy of ambition, as they say. And I think I have become comfortable. I think I have become comfortable in waking up slightly later than I should. I think I've become comfortable in eating far more than I should. I think I've become comfortable in knowing that whatever I put out on YouTube or Twitch will see at least a level of success that will tide me over. I think I've started to rest on my laurels slightly too much, and I don't think that the quality of content that I'm putting out is necessarily going down. I think that the artistic fulfillment that it's giving me is no longer as satiating, and there is nothing wrong with being comfortable, but there is a great deal of personal pride and satisfaction to be found within doing something challenging and succeeding. I feel that I've not grown as a creator artistically, spiritually, kind of deeply within 6 months to a year. I don't believe that I'm making worse content. I believe that I have not pushed myself to do what else I could do. And I want to find something else to do. I'm going to keep making videos, but I'm going to try and find some time somewhere to push myself. People often say, hey, what do you do to relax? Think about this, guys. This is very important. People say, what do you do to relax? And most people, they hear the word relax and they think not physically challenging, not physically active, not physically draining. They think to relax, I sit and watch TV. To relax, I sit and paint. To relax, I read a book. And they're all totally valid things to do. But sometimes people will say things to you like, I go for a run, or I go to the gym, or I go rock climbing, or I play a sport, or I, do a difficult project. And people look at those and they think, that's not relaxing. It is to some people. To some people, relaxing is the art of challenging themselves to succeed at something. It's not physically relaxing, but it's mentally stimulating enough to satiate the urge and the desire for life that you might have. And I think what's happened recently is that I've just not found anything that's really satiating that desire to do something, because I just don't have enough time to do it. I would love to be able to go back into theatre and do lots of theatre stuff, but I just can't commit 6 months of my life to learning a script, making every single rehearsal and doing that as well as I can, while also maintaining YouTube and Twitch and all the other stuff. So something's got to give, and for the last year, what has been the thing that's given was I just didn't do the theatre stuff. But now I'm starting to think, actually, I missed that. I missed that a lot. If you've just got here, I've gone on a 15-minute rant about how I need to do something more artistically challenging in life to feel mentally satiated within my middle-class bubble. That's what I've done. If you've just joined and you've missed that, congratulations. Now we can go into playing Mass Effect 3. Have you considered a gambling addiction? So I do have a theory that once you give someone everything they need to live and survive and thrive, if you will, you then see who they actually are based on what they choose to do with their own free time. And I do sometimes think that you often see incredibly rich, successful people who don't need to work for money, who don't need to challenge themselves, who have most of their needs taken care of. They desire dopamine. They desire that dopamine hit. And so what's the easiest way to get dopamine straight away? Drugs. Drugs, drink, money, crazy, extreme stuff. That's what tends to happen. That's why you see that the people that can afford the lifestyle that immediately gives you all the good happy chemicals in your brain go to that. There is, however, a level of deep fulfillment that can only really be found by achieving and conquering a personal goal. I am sure there is probably somebody... I've never done drugs myself, genuinely. I never had any interest in them. If you do, cool, you do you, as long as you're not, upsetting anyone else, you do you. I've just never been bothered about it. And I went to a performing arts university. There were drugs everywhere. And I was like, no, I'll just have a chocolate milkshake and sit and play some Neverwinter. That was genuinely what I chose to do. But there is a level of fulfillment that kind of it's a deep sense of pride when you achieve something, and it completes you as a person. And when you have a bunch of people who can have whatever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want it, they will just choose, often, the easy, feel-good way. They want the drugs, they want the drink. It's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. All the way for these people, because that feels great right then and there. And in the future, when they start to feel bad, just do it again.
you got the money, you got the time, why the hell not? But fulfillment can sometimes come from looking back on a challenge that you have overcome. And I don't feel recently that I've overcome any challenges. I overcame many challenges when I was working in lots of crappy jobs, or forcing myself to find time for theatre, or even forcing myself to find time for YouTube. And the reason I'm talking about this now is because I was in London recently with a few friends of mine who are still living that lifestyle of overcome the challenges that they want to do. Listening to them talk with such passion about the pride that comes with overcoming that struggle is inspiring, actually. It sounds really weird, but I think the best way to relate to it is, have you ever taken like a month holiday from work, if you are lucky enough to do so? Or have you ever had 3 or 4 weeks off school, and the first week is just the best? You know, it's amazing, you got freedom, you do whatever you want, man, this is brilliant. And then you wake up in the second week and you're like, I'm actually kind of bored now. What do I do now? A week watching TV, you're eating pizza in your pants, it's great. And then the second week of watching TV, eating pizza in your pants is, you start to realize that you've lost something. You start to realize that the second bowl of cereal doesn't hit like the first does. The third definitely doesn't. And then you start to say, hang on, was I gaining something from work? Was I gaining something from this pressure, this challenge, overcoming this adversity? Yeah, you were. I was, anyway. So, what that's going to mean is I'm going to put videos out at the same rate that I'm putting them out. And try dogs. Yeah, dogs are good. I've got dogs, don't you worry. I'm going to continue putting videos out at the same rate that I'm putting them out, and I just feel that I've not been progressing toward any personal goals for too long. I need to progress toward more personal goals, and I need to wake up earlier, and I need to go to the gym more, and I need to paint more, and write more, and read more, and find time to become a more rounded human being instead of just cranking out content. That word, content, man. I mean, I was at, when I was in London, I was taking some photos with the friends that I was with, just for memories, and someone was with us and they were taking some photos and they went, oh, this will make great content. And I thought, you know, you can just take a photo for yourself, or for your friends, or for your memories. Not everything you make needs to be content. You don't need to exist to fill an algorithm's quota. It's the old joke, if you go to the gym and didn't take a picture, did you even go to the gym? That one. Social media brain rot, without a doubt. So I think, unfortunately, what's happened is a lot of what people create has gone from being art to content. It's just meant to be consumed and nothing else. And a lot of it has been, you must make so much content that you push all personal goals to the side. It's kind of like someone said to me once, why the hell did Robert Pattinson do the film The Lighthouse when he'd done Twilight? He had enough money, he was super famous, he could retire forever. Why is this person still doing this? And I think the answer was because he wanted to prove to himself that he could. He could stand toe-to-toe with Willem Dafoe and do a two-headed film, a horror film, a psychological film, and it was brilliant. It was fantastic. He proved that he could do it. And I've often wondered, why do super rich people, you're talking multi-millionaires and billionaires, why do they continue to want to earn money when they have more than they could ever spend in their entire life? And I think the answer is, to them, the challenge of earning more is fulfillment. That is fulfilling to them. They want to do something difficult. They want to challenge them. It's to give themselves a purpose. It's a high score to them. That's a perfect way of putting it in chat. It's a high score. It is their purpose. That's what they want to do. And that's why they engage in risky behavior. So I suppose to me, my purpose was always challenge myself in theatre. It was always challenge myself in acting. It was always create the best entertainment I could for the audience, because that's what I loved doing. That filled me up. You know, that satiated me. That was the pride. And now my purpose has shifted to be make the funny YouTube videos, which is great. It's given me a life beyond my wildest dreams, and I will continue to do that. But I feel that we've kind of switched. I did this in order to do this. And I think what's happened is that's kind of switched, and now I am sacrificing this to continue doing this, which only existed to allow this to happen, if that makes sense. So that's where we are now. Cool, we all good? We all on the right page? But isn't Visa the one making the funny videos? How dare you? Okay? How dare you? Fake laughter hiding real pain. I'm not retiring, don't worry. The schedule is going to continue. Did you want to skip Mass Effect 3, Josh? No. No. The Reapers are coming to town. We have to stop them. I'm enjoying it. The problem is I'm being very distracted by Elden Ring. You know? That's what's happened. There's a very distracting Elden Ring. What? That sounded wrong. Don't read into that. There's a distracting video game called Elden Ring, which stop it. Stop it, you loathsome dung eaters, right now. Okay? I'm not tarnished. Okay, here we go. Just play Elden Ring. No. We're gonna reap first. That's what we're gonna do. How far are you into Mass Effect 3? I have literally never started it.